And there we go. All right. Hello, everybody. And into the Q&A. As you can tell, I'm not at my normal office. I'm actually traveling with the family this week. And yeah, so I was able to find a very kind real estate office here that allowed me to use their office to broadcast. So we've got a nice, strong internet connection to make sure that you get answers to all your questions. So we're just going to kick right off and get right into it for you. So Len asks, can I get access to the website optimization checklist? And the answer to that is kind of twofold. So Len, if you take advantage of the free consultation that we offered at the end, yes, you get access to that, and you actually get it customized to your business. So we'll actually fill it out and tell you what areas of your website are broken and give that document to you at the end of the call. So if you want it that way, you can do that through the consult. If not, you're going to get an email tomorrow morning that has the webinar content and this Q&A session merged together so that you can go through the content over the weekend. We take it down on Monday and then put it inside a membership area that only friends of First National get access to. And there are now 21 episodes inside that membership area to show you how to grow your business using digital marketing and social media. So you can get access to the recording over the weekend, or reach out to your First National representative. They can give you access to the membership site, and you can get access to it inside there as well. So Len, thank you for being on the event, and thank you for the question. Our next question is from Angela, and Angela says, is this just to get ranked on the map listings or organic as well? So Angela, great question, and the answer is both. So on a lot of the case studies, and we only really showed 3 at the beginning, but that is working to rank people in both the 3-pack that shows up and the organic ranking as well. Normally what ends up happening is that those rankings mirror each other. So if we have somebody that's ranked in the #1 spot in the 3-pack or the A position, normally their website will be ranked in either the #1 or 2 spot organically, just because, like we just talked about, there's such a strong tie now between the optimization that's done on your website and the placing of that map listing. And hopefully you're still able to hear me well. We'll get that microphone out of the way. So thank you for the question, and hope that helps. Yes, doing these optimization strategies that you just learned is what you need to rank both, and ultimately, generate more traffic when you have both of those listings. So great question. From Shannon. Shannon says, do I send this website list directly to my web developer? So your website optimization checklist, if you took a screenshot of it or you wrote down each of those points, yes, send that to your web developer, but do your keyword research first. So you need to know, and you need to be able to instruct your web developer on what keywords you want to rank on. So if you just send them that list and say, optimize my website, they're not going to know what key phrases to put in as your title tags. It's going to be very difficult for them. So what you need to do is do the keyword research, identify those keywords that you really want to rank on and that you really want to grow your business with, put those together into a document, and then tell your web developer that those are the key phrases that you want to rank for. Now, the way that you structure that information is pick one main keyword, which is typically area name mortgage broker, where you want to rank, and then the other associated kind of 4 or 5 keywords that are related to that, so that you've got a primary keyword that you're focusing on and then additional keywords after that. So great question, and hope that helps. Rick says, and it looks like this is from later on in the presentation, it says, YouTube shows other people's ads on your videos. Why not use another streaming service? Yes, YouTube does show ads. You have the ability in your settings to turn those ads off on your videos if you so choose. So you don't really need to worry about that. But the second answer to that question is traffic. Traffic, man. YouTube is the 3rd largest search engine in the world. So it even beats out some of like the search engines. And you can get rankings and traffic from just properly having the keywords in your videos and adding that to your optimization strategy. So it's definitely worth it. If you want, just turn the ad optimization off on your YouTube account. Don't worry about the ads and get that traffic. And again, YouTube directly tied to Google. Google owns YouTube, and having your videos hosted there are going to help your overall strategy because it's a stronger backlink than you're going to get from any of the other web services like Vimeo or anything like that. Is a stronger backlink. And when Google sees constant effort, time, and keyword placed content inside that account that's then embedded on your website, it all works together. This is all cumulative. Each one is getting us, you know, one checkmark box on that report card that Google's giving us. And the more check marks you get, the easier it is for them to move your website up the rankings and get you the clients and customers that are waiting for you on the front page. So great question. Hopefully that helps you out. Nicole asks, when you keep saying the word website, does it have to be like a blog, or can it be my Facebook website that I use for mortgages? So it has to be a website. It can be a blog, or it can just be a regular website, whichever. But it has to have, you know, www.yourdomainname.com, and you need to be optimizing that individual site. You have to have control over the back end, that back end code that we talked about, being able to modify your title tags, modify the tags on each post that you put on your blog. You need that ability to optimize if you're going to push your website up the search engine ranking. So a Facebook page won't do it. You need a website. So that's the answer to your question. I recommend that you have a blog. The blog that gets attached to your website where you can place your content every week or every month, it makes a big difference. That ongoing content is really, you know, another major driver in helping you increase on those search engines. So Deborah is asking a very difficult question for me to answer. And so Deborah says, is your page correct to what you are saying? And so Deborah, my website, cwjstone.com, is not correct to what we're saying in this webinar. And the reason being that that website is not optimized for local. We're not looking for local customers on that website. And we're also not looking for organic traffic on that website. So I use that primarily as a promotional tool for events like this where we drive direct traffic, and then we have a paid strategy that goes into that website as well. If you want to see me at work running this strategy as it should be run, you can check out Burlington Mortgage Broker, or more specifically Guelph Mortgage Broker. So my dad is Don Johnstone, and his website is built according to these principles and is ranked on the front page of Google. Our main keyword, the #1 keyword that we're going after inside that campaign, is Guelph second mortgages. That's the primary type of loan that we're looking to generate from that web presence and that web traffic. And when you go there, you can see the proper optimization. So if you're looking for something to reverse engineer, use that. Don't use my website, because they're two different strategies. Great question. So our next question, Ashley is asking, what is the link again for the free analysis? Okay, so www.cwjstone.com/analysis. So that's cwjstone.com/analysis. And what that is myself and one of our technical people will actually review your specific area and website before we get on the call. And then when we get on the call, we've got the list of things that you need to change on your website. So what to optimize on your website. And it's not just the standard list, it's an actual, here's what you need to change on your page. And then we're also going to do a competitive analysis of your top 2 competitors in the marketplace to show you how many backlinks they have, basically what you're going to have to do on your optimization to capture that person. And then we're going to build an optimization plan for you. So showing you what links you need to go out and build and what you need to do in the online space in order to catch those competitors, to catch the rank. So you get the stuff that needs to be done on your website and the stuff that needs to be done online. So that's the link, and that's where you go for that. And thank you for asking, and hopefully you take us up on that, and I look forward to seeing you on the consult. And based on the notifications that I keep getting while we're answering questions, you're going to want to do that sooner rather than later. Obviously, a half hour of my time is a half hour of my time that I have to take away from consulting clients and from our business, which we're actively working really hard to grow. And I do that because of our relationship with First National. I'm giving away my time, which is, for all of us, our most valuable asset, right? So really, I'm probably going to cut that off somewhere in the range of like 30 consultations that we're going to do. And it looks like they're going quick, so make sure you take advantage of that. Alicia asks for the Moz link. What is the Moz.com link? So we're testing my memory here during our Q&A session. So it is moz.com/research tools. So moz.com/research tools/OSE. So Oscar, Sam, Echo at the end of that. So moz.com/research tools/OSE. Or you can just go to moz.com and look at their analysis tools. So hopefully that helps out. Our next question is from Rick. Rick says, is there a difference between template websites versus custom built websites, and does that matter for SEO? And the, okay, so a template website is okay as long as it's not duplicate content from other people that are also using that template. If you have duplicate content on your site, it's a site penalty and it makes a difference with Google. Other than that, template sites are actually great because most of them are built with a structure that has SEO in mind in the back end, and it kind of gives people that aren't that technically savvy a template that they can use to follow to give Google the information that they want. Obviously, if you have a custom built website, you can build in plugins and additional things that you can use to kind of optimize. So we prefer to work with custom built websites, but we have clients that run both, and we're able to rank both. And one of the reasons why we're able to do so is because on those template websites, we communicate directly with the developer or the person that's put that template together so that they can make the changes on the back end and still get you the optimization stuff that you need on the site in order to make it work. So if you have a template site from potentially the person that you're with, as far as your brokerage or whatever, those sites still work, and it's totally okay that you have one, and yes, absolutely, you can rank them. So hopefully that answers your question. Thanks for that, Rick. Nicole asks, when exactly do you think is a good time to ask for the review? So again, you want to ask for it upfront, right at the beginning. As soon as you know that you're going to be able to help this person, guidelines fit, you're going to be able to place them with First National. But sorry, I had to. It's a corny joke, but I hope that you appreciate it. As soon as you know that you're going to be able to do business with that person, ask them then and say, when we're able to successfully work together, will you do me a favor and leave me an online rating and review? Seed the fact that they're going to leave the review at the very beginning of the process. Then wait until the deal closes, and then a couple of days after, so after they've moved into the house, after that, the first initial craziness of moving in is done, you want to reach out 2 or 3 days later and just say, hey, I just wanted to remind you about that commitment that we made to each other about the rating and review. Can I walk you through the steps in getting that for us? Or sending the email template if they're a little bit more savvy, but you will get better response calling them, asking them for it, and stepping them through the process. So my recommendation is when they're happiest with you, as soon as they're not, completely wrapped up in the transaction of moving and all that good stuff. If it's a refinance client, it's, as soon as they're happy, which is, when the deal is closed and done. So hopefully that helps. Chirag asks, what tools do you recommend to analyze websites? So we've kind of been through them on the website. SEMrush is a tool that we use internally. You can book one of the free consultations and we'll analyze it for you. Moz.com is a great tool. Just kind of off the top of my head, those are kind of the go-to resources that, that will be useful for you. So Anne asks, Google requires you to have an account in order to write a review on Google. Do you have a solution for people that don't have an account? So my answer to that question is Yes, they have to have an account to leave a review. And Google, when they made the change and they detached ratings and reviews from Google Plus, so there's been a big change in that 3-pack. And on your Google My Business page, you don't have to have a Google Plus business page in order to make that work anymore. They're starting to detach those services, and so they've made it easier for somebody to sign up for a Google account. And for a client that doesn't want one, it's worth the effort to convince them to sign up for a free account that takes 30 seconds so that you can get the review, because there is no other option. Google doesn't give you okay, leave a random review. It has to be a real review from a real person, and it's what people are going online, and they need those reviews to see who they're going to place their business with, as we went through during the webinar content. So I know that it's a hurdle. I know that it's difficult to do, and that's great. That's great news for us, because it means that a lot of people aren't going to put the effort in to get the result. The people that do put the effort in to take the client through the process to get that account and get that review are the ones that are going to get the results from the ratings and reviews. And when we look at first-time home buyers and millennials that are coming to the marketplace, this isn't just a nice to have marketing thing that you have for your business. If you're looking at growing your business, moving into that marketplace and moving into what the market that is coming to us, you've got to have this stuff in place, and it's worth a little a push to your clients in order to get that going. From Nick, what software do you recommend to get ratings and reviews? Nick, I'm not a big software guy on ratings and reviews. There's a number of reasons why. I don't have time to go into all of them right now, but I will tell you this. The reason that I don't like software is because Google doesn't like software. So when you get a rating and review on your Google My Business page, they want that to be an authentic user that is logged into Google and just gone and given you the rating and review. Google has a very strict policy on non-duplication of reviews. So if you have somebody that copies their review from your Google page, and then they paste it on your Facebook page, and then they paste it on your Yelp account, and then they paste it on all the other review sites that you have, all the other review sites will accept it, and Google will pull it back down. So you want to make sure that all the ratings and reviews that you're getting on your Google profile are unique, and it's not my recommendation that you use software in order to get it. So great question, and hopefully that helps. From Victor, we are using a standardized website tool from one of the companies here in Canada. Can we change the metadata of these websites? The answer to that is yes. Every single organization that I have worked with since launching our online ranking and review product has been fabulous to deal with, and are all, as far as we know, capable of making those changes and have been very responsive to doing so. So the answer to that is yes. Yep. So from Brenda. Brenda has, it's a little bit of a longer question, so I'll paraphrase, but currently is working with a company to set up the website and move them up the organic ladder, and not really happy with the cost per month. What I need to know is, can we do this on our own, and where to start? We were with another company, and again, I don't like mentioning other companies in just during the webinar, because the sponsored company, First National Financial, is the only company that I like to mention while we're doing these events. So she says, I've been with that company, it didn't work well for me. Where do I go from here? So Brenda, if you have somebody in your organization that can help you with this and can make it a focus time thing that they do every day, yes, you can do this on your own. Even if they just have focus time every week. If you're an independent mortgage broker, it's very difficult to do all of this on your own unless you're very good at breaking down focus time. And the reason why I say that is because you've got to consistently show Google that you're building links. You've got to consistently go out, sign up on those local business directories, build those contextual backlinks. That's very important. In our business, and I know what it's like, when you get loans and you get busy, there are times in your business when all you can do is process, right? Work with your customers and be a mortgage professional. And as soon as you get into that mode and that SEO stuff falls off the back end, it's very difficult to catch the momentum again, right? It's almost like moving a boulder, right? Once you get that boulder moving, you've got to keep pushing it, right? Sometimes it's very difficult to get the campaign going and move the boulder, but once it's going, you got to keep going with it. So it's really your time and what your time is worth. If what you're paying to that web company seems like a lot, but they're generating you enough deals that you're getting a positive return on your investment, I think that's a positive investment. And that's how I would look at it and how I would calculate it. Keeping in mind that SEO is one of those weird things where you put a lot of time and effort and investment up front, and it doesn't pay off until you get on that front page, until you get the end result of what it is, because the traffic doesn't go to somebody on page 2. It only goes to those of us that are on page 1. And it takes investment of time and money to get there, but it's worth it once you are there. So hopefully that helps you out. Okay, our next question is from Mark. Mark says, this makes so much sense, but is it really possible for an independent broker to rank? So that's actually kind of the same question. So Mark, I'm glad it made sense. It's for me to explain this stuff, I put a lot of time and effort into how to actually explain it so that it makes sense, because it can be somewhat of a convoluted topic. Yes, an independent broker can rank, and it's actually right now in the local market, there's a lot of traffic to be had because Google has kicked a lot of those major players out of the local space and opened up that traffic within the 3-pack. So yeah, as an independent, you can get ranked, and it is possible. So hopefully that helps out. From Della. Della asks, are there any other insights on keyword selection? So Della, I would, the only other thing that I would kind of add to that is go to Google and do a search for your major keyword and look at all of the related phrases that come up as suggestions that Google puts in that search box, and use that to start to brainstorm out the keywords. Those ones that show up in that suggested search box, those are the ones that are getting traffic right now, that are on Google's radar, that you want to take note of and add to your search strategy as well. And it'll kick off some stuff in your brain as to different opportunities that you have. And make sure that you're not just focused on mortgage broker, make sure that you're focused on products, right? The different styles of loans that people are going to want to get from you, make sure that you have those as part of your strategy as well. Krishna is asking, are you going to post a link to the slides? We don't give out the slides from the presentation just because of the value of the content. But if you do want one of those free analyses, it's cwjstone.com/analysis. Now, for those of you that still have questions, I am sitting here and I'm answering all your questions via email, but unfortunately we are out of time for the Q&A session that we have here today. So if you've asked a question, I have it here. I will get you an answer to your question. For those of you that have booked an analysis, I'm very looking forward to getting on the phone with you and giving your customized plan and giving you more information on how we might be able to help you with this. So with that, thank you everybody for your time. Thank you for being here. I hope that you got massive value. And when we send the survey out tomorrow, please give us your feedback. Take the time to take that short survey. Let us know what you thought of the event and how we can bring even more value to you. Make sure you reach out to your First National account manager. Let them know what you thought of the event. And until next time, because we have our event next month, wishing you great success and happiness. And oh, I almost forgot, we're running this webinar next week for your referral partners. So on Monday, you're going to get an email from me if you registered for this event. It will have a link and some sample email copy for you to send to your referral partners. This is the home inspectors, your lawyers, your real estate agents, and I'm going to go through the exact same content showing them how to rank their businesses in the local marketplace. And I'm going to put a plug in there that they should be linking to your website to help you get some of those contextual backlinks. So make sure that you invite your referral partners to that event when you see that link come out. So with that, we are out of time. Thank you again to our sponsor, First National Financial, for bringing us all together and helping us get better at what it is that we do. And this is Chris Johnstone, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.